What is going on, everyone? Juan Carlos Baronecci here, founder of Gold Bar, and you're listening to another episode of the Luxury Real Estate Podcast. On today's actual interview, it's not just an interview, it's actually a breakthrough moment we're going to have, just releasing to the world who Thomas Ma is. Thomas Ma, if you aren't aware, he's the founder and CEO of Real Messenger, and something he does very well is build applications to really provide agents with the tools they need to go out there and make more money. Thomas, how are you?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, thanks for being here. So why don't you go ahead and just start off by telling us your story and telling us, like, how did Real Messenger come to be?
Yeah, I mean, Real Messenger, I come from a real estate background too. In Hong Kong, I'm a real estate licensed broker, a licensed agent back in Hong Kong back in the days. So I deal with a lot of transaction as well, and buy and sell, and corporate landlords as well. And I know the pain point of agents. So we have to kind of like hustle every day, and new clients every month. We have
the grind never stops. It's always like 24/7 work.
Yeah, we have to grind it, and it's just hard work. So I thought of this app will create a platform for agents to create their own content and to get the followers, the social side of it. You know how internet has developed, the technology has developed for many decades, but not for real estate really.
Correct.
In a meaningful way. So I developed this looking into helping the real estate agents, the community, and it's my second venture. And I decided to make it like a community as a chat platform first, and then everything can fall into pieces for the whole PropTech and the whole community.
What's really cool is I actually just downloaded the app for the very first time today, and it was like, this is a combination of WeChat, WhatsApp, Instagram. It has the real formats, but it's literally like Instagram for properties. It's really cool. How did you come up with the idea? Was it something like just you were in the shower and it just came to you, or how did it play out?
Yeah, I mean, you know how big tech is. I mean, it's not everyone is very famous like yourself. So it's hard for us to become a influencer in a national way or a big tech platform. But having an app specifically for real estate, I mean, everyone can become a nano influencer in their own area. So the work area is confined into a smaller area. So they can be the nano influencer and be search and be discovered by the people who's interested in those areas. So that's kind of like,
And I played around with the app. It has a really good interface. Did you develop this yourself? Like you have a coding background, or how did you come to be?
No, I don't have coding background, but I have a good team in Hong Kong and in US. It's all built in-house.
Very nice. So tell the audience, like, what does Real Messenger actually do? Like, what is the application for it? Why was it built?
Yeah, so it's a chat app. It's basically for agents as a tool for them to manage their clients, to manage the leads, and with freely creating contents on it. We have real pins whereby it's not just a listing. It's for agents to post whatever they recommend to their audience. Okay. And also we have a new product called Real Moment. It's kind of like story-like. So like the house at the back, it's just like a few seconds.
We're gonna have to post a real moment right here, right?
Exactly. And in the seafront, we have an amazing place right here. So the buy and sell decision is made in 3 seconds, really.
Correct.
I mean, afterward it's just due diligence of the house, looking through every corner, but otherwise the decision is made in 3 seconds. Yeah. So we decided to not have it like a full walk around, like 10 minutes. You know how those
want like the 15-second, like straight to the point type thing.
That's right. And people, consumers can consume those data a lot easier and in a fun way. So not just it doesn't have to be in the buying or selling cycle. It's just a fun for them to browse through all the properties, check out Miami, check out anywhere in France, just a few clicks away.
So it's an international app. There's properties everywhere. And this is agent-friendly, buyer-friendly, seller. It's basically for anyone that likes real estate.
Yeah, and it's worldwide. So we are in 35 countries right now.
Interesting.
So agents around the world is on it.
You're basically creating like an international off-market MLS which is something that a lot of brokerages and MLS have been trying to do, but it's just so tough
Yeah.
connecting everyone. And you guys are already up to how many users?
Just nearly 1 million now.
Oh my, congratulations, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
What's the end goal? Is it to grow it to 5, 10, 15 million and make it like the biggest international platform for real estate in the world? Or
Yes, we want to be the centerpiece of the real estate industry, so everyone
Cool.
connects on real, and that way, I mean, it's to help the efficiency of the whole industry. I mean, there's the money, the mortgages, the agent side, other professionals,
Yes.
all live in one app. So consumer will have all those good stuff.
all the
in one
benefits
app,
of that.
yeah.
So that's amazing. So now let's go ahead and pivot. Basically, like we have this messenger app. It's pro agent, meaning it's driven by
Yep,
agents
that's
coming
right.
to the platform and posting their listing and stuff like that. What happens if in the future we shift away from buyer agency? I'm sure you've been hearing about these lawsuits
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, U.S. is very unique. It's a dual agent system, so it's proper dual agent system. But around the world, mostly it's not.
Yeah.
But this system ensures that our real estate agents in here are giving true value. It's like the open house and giving value to the buyers, to the sellers. And I think it's a great system to have, but it's just unfortunate that we have all these lawsuits
Yeah.
going on. I would say consumer thinks that the listings is out there in a complete manner,
Yeah.
and they take it for granted.
Mm.
Later on, I think if these things that the commission actually breaks, I
Yeah.
think the listings will goes to the brokerages, and it will be fragmented, it will be privatized.
Well, my opinion is exactly
Yeah.
that. It's like right now, the cooperation allows the exposure of that listing to be everywhere.
And syndicate to everyone.
And to be
yeah,
syndicated
exactly.
everywhere, not just on the real estate portals, but to other companies, and it just encourages everyone to come in. And the second that it goes private to a brokerage,
Yeah.
it's like you're getting 10% of the
Yeah.
exposure.
Yeah.
So I think from a seller perspective, you want to pay out a little bit more in order to go out there and get a higher price for your property. And I always tell everyone, the more exposure, the higher the price you're going to get. So tell us about the international markets, because I'm not too familiar how it works.
Yeah.
Like how does it work in China and in Europe when it comes to the agency? Because you're
Yeah.
telling me like in the U.S. it's very unique, right?
Yeah, in Hong Kong, it's still kind of like a dual agency, but it's effectively representing both sides.
Okay.
And it turns out that the listings falls into a few brokerages, and they have they have spies on getting the listings from the other brokerages
Yep,
and all
uh-huh.
that. So, well, not exactly spy, but you need to get around to get all the listings.
Correct.
And the market it's basically
It's like a wild, wild west,
yeah,
free for all.
exactly, free
Yeah.
for all, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And agency quality is then therefore the barrier of entry is so low because it's just Wild West, and everyone can enter, and without any knowledge,
Interesting.
any expertise in any area, youngster can just quickly come in and compete with
With the best of
senior
the best.
people.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's not good it's actually not good for consumer. I mean,
Yeah.
in US, you if you want to sell a house, you find the best agents to represent you, and that way you get the value for when you're
For your
selling.
buck.
Yeah.
I think the best thing for the seller is obviously always getting the most exposure. And with your app, that's actually a really big pro, because now, even if you want to go ahead and do it off the market, you could go ahead and promote it within off the market,
Yeah.
like actually get agents to go ahead and start kind of like getting a feel for your listing. You can get some good feedback on it. You started this back in 2018, right?
Yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
very cool. And now with Real, you're going out there, you're getting the exposure out there, you're going to continue growing. Where do you see the industry headed, like as far as like it innovating and changing over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of portals, like, Zillow.
The Zillows and the Redfins, yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, they do a lot of services around the estimate and all that. But it's all marginal use of technology.
Correct.
So everyone's talking about AI on real estate, but there's no meaningful AI product that actually helps, not even help the agents, but help the buyers or sellers.
Yeah.
But for us, I think we are centralized in an app. We are not on a website. So there's a lot of behavioral data on it. So we can kind of understand the home buyers or sellers, their preferences probably even greater than
Than they do,
themselves.
yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And
And that's the whole thing. Like on Instagram, when you're scrolling
Yeah.
and you go ahead and you stop somewhere, picks up the algorithm, so you have the same capability for that.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
So that way, consuming the content will be a lot more smarter instead of going through a database, through a map style search. You actually get feed
Got
by the
it.
information. And it's short form, it can be short form, so it's very, it's the modern age of consuming content.
Hey everyone, real quick. Today's episode is sponsored by Real Messenger. Real Messenger is a real estate super app designed to put agents back in control of their listings. Think of it like the MLS meets Instagram, but global. I'm on it and I can instantly chat with other agents and find new leads in any market. Want to check it out? Download Real Messenger in the App Store or Google Play today.
I like so for example, we're in Fort Lauderdale right now in this beautiful setting, and let's say I want to look for a 6-bedroom, 3-bath contemporary style home. If I'm scrolling on your app right now and I stop and I only look at these types of homes, does that mean the app will still like start showing me more of those types of homes?
Yep, that will make
Interesting.
that will be
It's almost like Zillow, but you have like the Instagram algorithm component, and then when you combine them together, you throw in some social media, and boom, you got Real.
And also we've got the agents component in it. So we don't charge agents to create content, unlike all other portals.
Okay.
So all other portals basically, you know how their objective, if you go to the mission statement, they
Yes.
all say, we help you find the best home. But never ever, none of the portals say they will help the agent.
The agent, yeah.
And they are charging the agent all the time.
Yeah.
And
Well, most of the revenue from these portals is from the agents.
from the agents,
Exactly,
yeah, exactly. So they are not. So, but for us, we got this agents component into it. So not only it's just to help them find the home, it's help them to find the perfect agent. So the content of the agents that is continuously creating is interested to that person. We will continue to feed.
And
those.
every agent is their own authentic self,
Yep,
and they're going to
they
attract
have their
people
own-
that based on their own content and
Yep,
stuff what they put.
so everyone have their own profile. They can share their own listings or the market listing as well, pocket
Yeah.
listings, and then they can share the real moments on. So like for instance, a day you check out 3, 4, 5 house.
Yeah.
You just take a few seconds and post it there, and all your audience will get to see it.
It's
And
literally a social platform for agents.
yeah, I mean,
very cool.
Yeah, and then we match the perfect agents to the consumers.
To the consumer itself. And then do you guys monetize through selling leads, or is it more
No.
like a subscription-based platform?
We are very strong on not buying, selling leads. We are more about productivity tools.
Okay.
So you know how agents, when you talk to a client,
Yes.
you take a long time, right? And especially new leads.
Yes.
It really takes a long time to understand if they are true buyers or what.
Nurture
they are
them,
interested.
qualify them, yeah.
Yeah, and find their preferences and all that. But when you are connected on Real, we give you the analytics of their profile, of the
interesting.
preferences.
Okay.
So that process become a lot smarter and a lot streamlined. And we have the AI assistant for subscription, increase the productivity
Very
for
cool.
agents. And that way the agents can kind of like automate the
Yeah.
onboarding, the filtering of leads as well in their
Interesting.
preference.
So by the time they go ahead and speak with these leads, or maybe the leads reach out to them, right? Like the leads may actually message them on the platform.
Yeah.
They already have a really good understanding of their preferences and stuff like that.
Yeah, so our
Wow.
AI assistant will give them a summary on the first few chat.
Yeah.
And it can be determined by the agents chat with others people, and then so
Interesting.
how they're going to describe the property, and we can give them a baseline help on the onboarding of new leads.
It's so interesting because with our training platform Gold Bar, I was training my agents, go out there, show the client a couple of properties, and then based on their feedback on the first 3, 4, 5 listings, telling you
Yeah.
what they want,
And then you
you get a
tune it.
better understanding, and then you start fine tuning it. And I always tell
Yeah.
the client, the second I can understand what's in your brain, like if I can magically download in your brain and get it into my brain, I'll find you the house like that.
Exactly.
But that process could take a month, 2 months, who
It
knows how
is,
long.
yes.
With your platform, we can now start showing them immediately exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, you can look into what the preferences are and
Wow.
what have they have been interested in. And yeah, and also to the consumer, the buyer sellers, they can expand the search.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of people buying, they will probably have an idea of what kind of area they want, but
Yeah.
but they never go out of the box. But
Correct.
for us, we can kind of like feed them relevant stuff that is in the price range, in their preferences, in their if they want to see
Interesting.
sea views, we can give them a little bit further down or a little bit further out.
Correct.
And and that way we match the agents around those areas for him as well.
The thing I like the most is there's so many agents producing content on social media in an effort to generate clients. And Instagram is great for that. Facebook is great. We have YouTube Shorts. But the issue is a lot of the time, people aren't using these platforms to look for real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
So they find their real estate agent, they produce really good content, but unless they're in the market at that time, they don't want to go ahead and follow them.
It's because the big tech don't distribute those content. There's other topics, the entertainment side of it.
Correct. The laughing stuff and the humor and all that. Yeah.
And real estate side is a bit niche. And so basically they don't distribute unless you are a really famous person.
So do you see a lot of influencers jumping onto your platform and saying, I'm going to create 10 pieces of content a day, grow my following, and then they would just start getting tons of leads?
I think
because I'm about to hop on right now.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I set out this app to help every agent around the world, in terms of different system as well. In Hong Kong, in Europe, in UK, basically agents is about self-branding and their expertise in the neighborhood. So we need a piece of tech that help them to get it out.
Yeah, but I love it because if they are very, we'll call it social media friendly, and they're creating content every single day, but they aren't getting results, some agents get discouraged. But on this platform, it's almost like the more content they create, the more leads they get, the bigger their following they get.
Yeah, that's correct. So the more quality content you get rewarded by potential leads and all that.
Very cool. So in regards to any difficulties in growing the platform, have you encountered any challenges, or is everything just going gravy as it got to 1 million?
It's a social app, so it's difficult, very difficult in the start. So luckily we have a breakthrough, and then we are in a short period of time we nearly reach 1 million downloads.
Wow! And this is in 5 years, right?
No. Well, we developed it in a bit, and then we launched it like last year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
So you guys hit 1 million in about close to like a year now?
Yep, that's right.
That is really fast. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we have we're fortunate to have a SPAC listings going on. It will bring us to NASDAQ listing.
Yes.
In probably, well, I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, well, we'll say very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Yes. Very cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And then, just to kind of wrap up, very valuable information. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you want to check out Real Messenger. I'm going to start creating content on that.
Okay,
I'm just putting myself out. I want to be the micro influencer there.
Okay.
But where do you see
the micro
there you
go.
Where do you see the industry going, like over the next couple of years? Like do you see it becoming primarily like listing heavy? Do you see a lot of people starting teams? Do you see a lot of people like going off and building their own independence? Like if you had to describe the future of real estate, what would you say?
I think a lot of traditional brokerages agents will move into cloud brokerages.
Oh, interesting.
Like
okay.
Your EXP and I think that will be the trend for the world as well. And I think it depends on the lawsuit, how it goes.
Yeah.
A lot can be changed. Listings might not be available in a complete manner. Over from MLS to syndicate out. That might change. So it's an uncertainty time for our industry.
Yeah.
And around the world with the interest rate hike, I mean, basically, there's not much transaction compared to a few years ago.
Yeah, we're in a very strange time as far as the market goes, and some people are saying this is the bottom because we've been in the recession for the last 2 years now. But I'll be honest, it's like the amount of supply that's in the market is still very low.
Yeah.
So it's like very strange. We're technically in a recession, but the prices are still sky high. They haven't really dropped. So I'm curious to see where everything goes. My biggest opinion on the entire industry is that the future is going to be for luxury agents. No matter what happens, whether it's prop tech, whether it's fintech, whether it's institutional buyers, whatever it is, trying to come in there and kind of disrupt the entire industry, I see agents breaking into luxury as one of the best ways to recession-proof their business, just because higher net worth individuals are not just going to go out there and use an app to go out there and buy real estate directly. So I think agents breaking into a higher price point and really working on their skill set could completely change everything. Do you see a lot of luxury properties being advertised on your platform, or?
Yes, primarily we start off with luxury agents.
Okay.
And we can, any agents can perform well in our app. But I do agree with you. Luxury agents is going to be the main theme,
focus and everything.
Yeah,
very
around
cool.
the world too as well.
Very cool. And then Thomas, just to go ahead and wrap up, you're a very successful entrepreneur, right?
Thank you.
Any recommendation you would make as far as a book to anyone listening that wants to get into the real estate brokerage side, or maybe they want to start their own company one day? What would be your biggest recommendation?
find one.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But do you have a favorite book that you've ever read, like growing up, or anything that really inspired you, or?
Books? Oh, I am a tech entrepreneur. I read. I like 0 to 1.
Okay.
For any tech startup, I think
Cool.
that books actually gives a lot of guidance on how you distribute the app and
Cool.
and how you can grind through the early stage. And yeah, I like 0 to 1.
0 to 1.
By
It's a good
Peter
recommendation.
Thiel.
But Peter, he was
He's
the co-founder of PayPal,
yeah,
right?
PayPal, yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
right.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Thomas,
Yeah.
thank you so much for having us. You've been absolutely great. How can people find you?
Well, Real Messenger, download the app. It's on all App Store.
REAL Messenger and this is on iOS and Android,
Google
right?
Play, yeah.
Perfect.
That's right.
Thomas, thanks so much for your
Yeah.
time.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
very much.
Thank you.